It's hard to believe now, but there was a time when the mall wasn't just a place to shop, it was the place to be. Teenagers hung out there after school. Families spent weekends wandering from store to store. You could get your ears pierced, grab a soft pretzel, try on jeans, and catch a movie, all under one roof. Malls were temples of American consumerism, convenience, and community. But today, many of them sit empty. Rotting escalators, silent food courts, ghost towns of glass and tile. So what happened? How did malls take over America and then completely fall apart? To understand the fall, we have to start at the beginning. The concept of the modern mall was born in the mid 20th century, after World War II. Suburban living was exploding. With the GI Bill and booming post war economy, millions of Americans left crowded cities and moved into suburban homes with two-car garages and lawns to mow. But there was a problem. These new communities didn't have anywhere to shop. Enter Victor Gruen. An Austrian architect who had fled Europe before the war, Victor envisioned a new kind of shopping experience. His idea was to bring the town square indoors. Instead of scattered strip malls, why not create a fully enclosed, climate-controlled space where people could not only shop, but socialize, stroll, and gather? In 1956, Southdale Center opened in Minnesota. It was the first indoor, climate-controlled mall in America. It had 2 department stores, 72 smaller shops, fountains, art, and a cafe. Victor's vision had come to life, and shoppers loved it. From the late 1950s through the 1980s, malls spread across the country like wildfire. Developers poured millions into new malls, especially in booming suburbs. By the 1990s, there were over 1,500 malls in the US. They became more than shopping centers, they were cultural landmarks. The mall was where friendships formed, crushes bloomed, and major purchases were made. It was featured in movies, music videos, and TV shows. From Fast Times at Ridgemont High, to Clueless, to Britney Spears' Baby One More Time. The mall wasn't just a setting, it was the star. But underneath all the excitement, the seeds of the mall's decline were already being planted. First, the 1990s brought overexpansion. Developers kept building malls, even in areas that didn't need them. It was a classic case of too much supply and not enough demand. By the early 2000s, retail analysts warned that America had simply built too many shopping centers. Then came the second blow, the rise of big box stores like Walmart and Target. These giants offered cheaper prices and more convenience than your average mall boutique. And they had parking right at the front door. But the real tipping point? The internet. Online shopping changed everything. With Amazon and other e-commerce platforms growing fast, consumers no longer had to leave the house to buy clothes, electronics, or even groceries. Convenience shifted from the mall to the screen. Foot traffic dropped. Anchor stores, the big department stores that held up the entire malls, started going under. Sears, JCPenney, Macy's. As those stores closed, entire malls unraveled. Then came the 2008 financial crisis. Millions of Americans lost jobs and tightened their belts. Retail took another hit. And when COVID-19 arrived in 2020, it was the final straw for many malls already on life support. Quarantine measures shut down shopping centers across the country, and some never reopened. But the decline of malls isn't just about money or online shopping. It's also about the culture. Malls represented a specific moment in American life, when suburbia was new, the middle class was booming, and consumerism was kind of a national pastime. That moment has faded. Today's teens hang out on TikTok, not in the food court. Convenience doesn't mean a day at the mall, it means a one-click delivery and curbside pickup. So what happens to all these empty malls? Some have been demolished. Others are being converted into apartments, offices, schools, or even churches. In a few rare cases, dying malls have been revitalized into mixed-use developments that combine shopping with housing and entertainment. But most will never return to their former glory, and that's okay. Because malls tell a story, not just of retail, but of who we were. They reflect a time when America was booming, suburban, and optimistic. A time when a trip to the mall felt like a mini adventure. When seeking friends, window shopping, and grabbing a slice at Sbarro was highlight of the weekend. Today, we live in a different world, faster, more digital, less anchored in place. But if you ever walk past an abandoned mall with its faded signs and empty lots, remember, it was once a monument to a very specific dream. And like all dreams, it has a rise and a fall. Like, comment, and subscribe for daily history content.